I don't know if you have this dream, but for some reason or other I find myself I'm naked standing up on a stage full of people in this audience and feeling completely exposed.
Don't turn red, it's okay.
It's that exposure.
The shame, yes. I remember being late for school was some of the most shameful things, walking in, being late and having everyone in the class looking at you as you came in to class, feeling so ashamed that you were late arriving for school. And it's something I still carry now, that even if I'm late into a room or I walk into a room of people and I'm the only one coming in, I feel very ashamed and very embarrassed or exposed.
It's that feeling, isn't it, that you can just feel it coming up from, here. You never forget that feeling.
No.
But it's a childhood thing you've carried through to adult life, isn't it?
It is, yes.
That's a bit like my parenting, I guess. I was shouting at my son the other day, as I do, but I was like really aware. Can you close the windows? Because I didn't want the neighbours to hear me shouting. You know how you hear everything around there, or I perceive that you do it. And it took me back afterwards. I remembered thinking, that's exactly what my mother used to do, and I swore I'd never, be my mother. And, it's that fear of, doesn't matter what happens inside your walls, but you don't let the neighbours hear what's going on. You keep your own dirty laundry inside the house. And there I was doing the same thing. I'll shout at you, but only if the windows are all closed.
There's a lot of perception involved, isn't there?
It is.
It's how people are going to perceive you.
It is. It is. And that has been ingrained in me, I guess, from my childhood too, about that perception of that facade you present to the outside world.
It is an interesting thing, isn't it, that we always feel we've got an audience somewhere.
That's probably quite relevant to I'm thinking about, the kids with the social media stuff nowadays, and the fact that, on Facebook they've got all their posts of their, what they're doing, how they're feeling, how many friends they've got on there, whether they're liked or not.
Or disliked.
Or disliked, yes, or defriended.
Defriended, The whole shame of having no friends or no one liking you.
So it's very, very much in your face about what people think of you, isn't
particularly because it stays up on the internet too. So it's there for
you can't
anyone
kind of
to
escape
see.
from it.
That's right. Kind of reminds me a little bit of dreams. I don't know if you've had kind of the dreams where you're naked in front of everyone in a stage situation.
I've never had that dream, Richard.
Tell us about your dream, Richard.
Tell us more.
Don't turn red, it's okay.
Don't be ashamed.
I suppose it's that dream again, maybe of being late from school, transposing itself, or not the reality of walking into school being late, transposing itself into a dream and having that fear or that exposure of being naked in front of this audience.
It's that exposure
This
thing,
shame,
isn't it?
yes.
But isn't it interesting that in that experience of being ashamed, you've actually done nothing wrong?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes we get ashamed when we've done stuff wrong and we feel bad because we've done it. We feel ashamed that it's not worthy of us. But in that thing, you've not done anything wrong. It's just
No, it feels wrong, but...
It feels wrong, but you're not being shamed because of something that you've objectively done. You're just being put to shame because of an audience looking at you, a sense of exposure, a sense of vulnerability.
Embarrassment.
And it's even more subtle than that, I reckon. I reckon it's not just what you think of me, it's what do I think of myself if you have this opinion of me. In other words, we get our own view of ourselves according to the audience we're listening to.
So it's not the fear of what other people can perceive of us, but it's being ashamed of what we think other people are thinking of us.
Yeah, it's very subtle, isn't it? It's very, very, very subtle. But the common denominator is that we've got this audience that we feel that we have to perform before or feel exposed in front of.
Like everyone's looking at us, even when we're walking down the street, we have this ashamed fear that everyone's looking at us every move. So
and that's that audience of the neighbours, keep them out so that they can't judge you.
It's interesting, as a Christian pastor, I've found often that people feel that God is their audience. And in some ways he is. He's the biggest and most important.
He's always around us.
He's the biggest and most important audience. But they respond or react to God as children, We think when we're children we can hide stuff from our parents. You think by keeping the windows closed you can hide stuff. Yeah. But
he's probably actually already in that room, inside the closed doors, isn't he, or the closed windows?
That's right. So it's God's the audience, but it's not a condemning audience.
Yeah,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, again, as speaking as a Christian pastor, and from my own experience, I'd have to say the most beautiful thing is to realise that Jesus knows us and sees us and knows us from our conception all the way through and is not ashamed. He's not ashamed of the stuff-ups we've made. He's not ashamed of the mistakes. He's not ashamed. Beautiful verse in the Bible, he says he's not ashamed to call us his brothers and sisters. Whereas often if we've had a family member who's disappointed us or brought shame to the family, we cut them off.
That's really different, isn't it?
He loves us.
To our fear of what everybody else thinks of us, is that to know that there's nothing to fear there.
Yeah. It's beautiful that Jesus will never unfriend me from his Facebook wall.